Did you ever think that whenever they switched from the Dinozords to the Thunderzords that Green Ranger should had Tor?
Maybe not Tor, but another super cool Zord I still
Yeah.
have from when I was a kid that makes more sense is Serpentera.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think there's a fan theory slash maybe it was pseudo confirmed that Serpentera was stolen
Oh,
and like what's the word, coerced
yeah.
by Zed. That it used to be under the power of the
Oh.
Zeo crystal.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know if that would equate to Green Ranger and Serpentera, but
Welcome back to That Toy Dude. I'm Jamie, and this is part 3 of continuing with Bill, my special guest, with his toy collection.
all right, so next going back to video games and kind of in keeping with the movie theme we got going on right now. Again, with video games, I am a big sucker for movie tie-ins.
Yeah.
I don't care if they suck. If it's a movie I like and if it's like a cool box art, again, I'll probably want it. Super Nintendo isn't a console I really collect a ton of or pay
Right.
much attention to because usually the boxes are trashed. And I'm not like a huge fan of the black and red. I don't know why. It's just not, just doesn't appeal to me a ton.
Yeah.
But what does appeal to me is that they're basically 64 boxes before 64 came out. And I do love 64. So this first one I found in Philly. This is super rare. I have never seen this in the wild until recently. Wizard of Oz. Now, apparently this game is terrible. Like one of the worst games ever made that shouldn't have been made. Again, you're talking about a movie from 1939, I think, made in the early 90s.
Yeah.
30 years later. It's just wild. But, I mean, I love that box art. I love the Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz is like a Thanksgiving movie
Yeah.
for me. I watch it every year on Thanksgiving. And I'm a musical theater nut. So I love that aspect of it as well. But it's just, I mean, it's not, the box isn't perfect. It's got some defects here and there. But again, just the fact that I found it, and the guy gave me a little bit of a deal on it. Again, like the price, that's not what I paid. He gave me a bundle deer. But it's just cool. I like the artwork. It honestly, like we were talking about Drew Struzan, it reminds me of Drew Struzan art.
Yeah. It's classic artwork.
But I mean, it is a terrible game. Like, look up the gameplay. It is so bad. I mean, this is just real bad.
Yeah.
So we got that one. And these next 3 I got from the same vendor. These 3 boxes, I mean, you can see them in our 2-shot here, are so clean, we had to have a conversation about where he got them from. Because I was like, yeah, because he mentioned it first. He was like, I had to have my brother come with me to see if they were real. And I was like, yeah, I was going to ask, no disrespect, but like, these are almost too clean. All 3 of these, and he had a bunch of other ones too, look like they just came off the shelf. So first we have Aladdin, which one of the hardest games ever made.
I loved it.
Aladdin and the next one I'm going to show, I never got past the first levels.
I cheated. I used Game Genie
Well,
to be able to play it all the way through and enjoy it,
Well, if you're going to use a genie on one game, make
Yeah.
it be Aladdin. Aladdin is one of the early Disney movies I remember loving as a kid, and I'm now a Disney adult. Come fight me. I'll beat you up, even though I like Beauty and the Beast. I think the very first one I remember watching ever is Snow White.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. Because it came out in the theater.
I never saw it in the theater. I only saw it on VHS.
I remember the,
But it had a re-release, I guess, huh?
yeah. And I was just a very young kid, and I loved the movie. I got very afraid at the very end, with yeah, with the witch.
I just watched that again recently. Why did she change herself? Like, literally just make the apple and leave it for her. Why do you have to transfigure your whole body into like this old hag that you might not be able to change back from?
Right.
It's, they show it being this arduous process.
Yeah.
Like, chick, just like hand her the apple. Like, just set it, just set it on the windowsill. What are you doing? Or don't even worry about an apple. Just you know where she is.
For a nice apple pie.
She knows where she is.
Yeah.
Just kill her.
Yeah.
Just kill her. Oh my god. But one of my favorite Robin Williams performances, one of the best.
Yeah.
Will Smith did okay. He did his own thing,
Yeah.
and I'm a big Will Smith fan being from Philly. I I have to be. But again, I mean, it's just, I don't know if this picks up on camera how clean this is.
Yeah.
And how all of these are, but it's just, oh my god, it is just gnarly.
It's
minty.
great.
They're all minty.
minty fresh.
Minty fresh. This is gonna fall probably. Yeah, it's gonna fall. Let's do that because that's cooler than Wizard of Oz. The next one up,
Equally as hard.
equally as hard. Could not get past the monkeys. Those stupid monkeys could not figure out how to get past them. And again, like I only ever played these games on Genesis.
I had them both for SNES and Genesis.
And both. And when I had Genesis, I was just kind of starting to figure out how to play games. I wasn't really good at them yet, but I played the hell out of these first levels, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I could beat them, but I mean, so this was my first memory of a theater experience.
Yeah.
My mom, which is my grandmother, took me to go see The Lion King in theaters. I had to be around 5 years old. I don't think I was 6 yet. But what sticks in my memory, she took me to see this. We watched the whole thing, and then she takes me to go sneak into The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
And we second act The Mask. So me and her have a nice little connection over both of those. When this came out on home video, and we got it on home video, when the hula scene comes up,
Yeah.
she'd run in the room and we'd do the hula dance and all.
Yep.
Oh man, I love this. And then this last one, which again wasn't on my list, but as a big Disney fan and a big Goofy movie fan, I mean, I couldn't leave these behind. That's what I kept telling myself. I could not leave at least those three behind, and I got them from the same booth, like I said. Guy gave me a deal. I just love it. I'm not big on getting video games signed, but if I ever meet up with Bill Farmer again, I might have to have him sign this because it is.
Did he voice Goofy on this movie?
On the movie he did, and I think on Goof Troop he did too. Because he took over. I think he took over right before Goof Troop.
Because I was trying to look to see when he took over.
I think he took over in the 80s.
The greatest guy, I think.
So cool.
At Pensacon, it was they change like the photo op schedule every now and then, and so you're on time, but it changed and nobody alerted you. But I was late for Bill Farmer because they changed the time, and so they're like, "Well, Bill just left, and but we might be able to get him for you, And so they they go run for him, and then he comes in, and they all thank him, for his time, and I'm thanking him, and then, well, gosh, there's no problem with that.
So I, as you know, I got to podcast with him. He was good enough to be on my show.
Yeah.
The first time he came to Pensacola, and I was still pretty green
Yeah.
with podcasting. But to this day, myself and his rep for appearances maintain a nice rapport because of that interview. Before that year of Pensacon, I messaged a bunch of people, their reps, to see what guests I could get. And you're gonna get a bunch of no's.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a bunch of no's.
Yeah.
But this rep gave me a maybe.
Yeah.
And again, the green part was I didn't have the setup or the thought process to do a remote thing because
Right.
this is before COVID.
Yeah.
Zoom stuff wasn't really popular yet.
Right. And you didn't really use that stuff for podcasting and things like that. You would rather want like a better quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at the time, my show was not video; it was audio only. So in my head, I figured me just bringing a couple mics and my field recorder was easy enough. We just meet up somewhere and we talk for a little while. So the negotiation went from him having, to not being able to do it. And then the first day of the con, they emailed me, was like, okay, we can do it tonight at the hotel.
Awesome.
And I was like, okay, great. And because Jason Marsden was also supposed to come on.
Yeah.
Same rep. But Jason, we weren't able to get him on because of time reasons. But me and Bill and his rep, we met at the what was the hotel called?
Oh, the
Grand.
The Grand.
We met at the Grand in the big lobby.
Yeah.
Piano's behind us, and I even mentioned it in the show. I'm like, if you guys can hear a piano behind us, that's because we're in the middle of a hotel lobby. And it went from like a 5 to 10 minute thing to, I forget exactly what it was I said, but like, is there any way we can stretch it or whatever it was I said? Like, how long were you thinking? I'm like, like 20, 30 minutes. Like, he's really going to want to get to sleep, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what we can do. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
But we meet. He's as charming as you just
Yeah,
described.
yeah.
He does. Not only does he do Goofy in and out, but he does his entire RoboCop
Oh, wow.
scene from when because he was, for those who don't know, Bill Farmer, who voices Goofy, was the reporter in RoboCop. So he does that.
Yeah.
I think we have a great interview, and it's confirmed by his rep. Me and Bill say our goodbyes and all, and then his rep is like, "Hey, man, I can tell he really enjoyed that, and that's one of the best interviews I've ever heard."
Wow.
That still makes me float when I think about it.
Wow.
But you never know, kids. Like, go after stuff, because now I don't like doing it because I don't like asking for things.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling like I'm a leech on stuff.
Right.
But that rep tells me all the time when I see him at cons, he's like, "Man, you need to email me. I'll get you whatever I can get you. You need to email me. I want to see you, do good." So,
Yeah.
if you guys want to see Bill Farmer on my show,
Yeah.
look up the Nerd Herd.
Definitely.
We'll link it. But it was an old show. And I think I spent the first like 5 or 10 minutes of the podcast like afterwards just saying how much it meant to me.
Right.
But again, I'm just a big Disney fan.
Yeah.
Bill was great. Jason's fun too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you met him.
Yeah.
Jason Marsden.
I got a picture and autograph, I believe.
They're great. I have
yeah.
in my studio, I have a big one sheet of the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
And it's not like completely cast signed, but it has Bill, it has Jason, has Jim Cummings, and Rob Paulson.
Right.
That's not it. Which Rob? Oh, don't get me started, Rob.
He's great. He is fantastic.
Okay, so we're almost done. Moving on to Genesis, which Genesis and Sega in general is kind of it's where I started to learn how to play video games. Wasn't my first console, but my jumping off console was the Genesis. Right. And I remember I didn't have the original. I had the version 2, the smaller one. And when me and my pup-up would always go to Blockbuster multiple times a week.
Yeah.
I would bug him to go to Blockbuster. And he would rent full consoles. That's the only time I ever played the Saturn
Yeah.
was, and I remember playing like the Batman Returns,
Right.
and he and I would play Sega
Yeah.
together in the basement in his Philly home. We would play. I remember playing Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Was it Hyperstone?
Right.
I remember playing
For
that.
Genesis, yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that with him a ton. I think we played Power Rangers together. Sonic. We'll get to it, but
Yeah.
speaking of Sonic, so this is one of the ones we play together. Sonic and Knuckles. So for those that don't know, this came with a little expansion pack that you put the expansion in your Genesis, and then you put your Sonic game in the expansion, and it gave you Knuckles,
Right.
and you could play as Knuckles. Me and my pop-up played the hell out of this game. And unfortunately, he passed last month. So when I saw this, especially in the condition it's in, I had to grab it. Genesis games usually have two printings. They have this all cardboard box printing,
Right.
or they have the clamshell.
Yeah.
And obviously a clamshell is going to last, forever.
longer, yeah.
It's basically going to last forever. But
Which do you prefer?
I prefer the clamshells.
Yeah. Same here.
However, there are games like this that were only printed in cardboard.
Right.
So, for example, a big game I want for Genesis is the Gargoyles game.
Yeah.
I played that so much as a kid in my Philly bedroom. I remember playing it so vividly. Again, it goes back to even then. But they only made it in cardboard. And again, I'm a big condition guy. It has to be in good condition, otherwise, what am I spending the money on?
Right.
So again, this is not perfect, but for an all cardboard box, it is great. It might have like a few dents, a little bit of shelf wear here and there. The corner is up a little bit here, but I was really glad to grab this. It I don't know, in a weird nerd way, this and a few other pickups helped me kind of honor my grandfather there.
Yeah.
These two, so, okay, going back to Batman for a minute, these are expensive and hard to find,
Yeah.
particularly in good shape. The Sega CD, obviously not as hard to find in good shape because it's a jewel case. But I have found ones with like counterfeit manuals.
Oh.
And the way you decipher that, and the store didn't catch it. I really believe the store didn't catch it. But I was about to buy a copy at a local store, and I was like, what's going on with this manual? Like, it looks faded. Like, is that how it's supposed to look? And they took a look at it, and they're like, oh, this is fake.
Oh. Oh no.
So they offered me a discount, but I was like, no,
Yeah.
that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's still not quite where I want it at. But the reason I have two versions of this is the same game.
Yeah.
It's the exact same game. One, different art.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Different art. This one you get like the Batwing and it's different Rogues Gallery. But also the Sega CD version has a cutscene, has an episode of that I don't think is anywhere else
Yeah.
of the animated series. I think it's only on the Sega CD. But these are, again, very hard to find.
And that's what's special about these too. They have animated segments.
And a lot of times Sega CD sucked because that's all it was.
Right.
Were cutscenes.
And you're watching a movie instead of playing the game.
Yeah, and it was a oh, sorry. It was, see, you're going to have to, it was a worse version. See, Tim Allen's going to come get me. Not give me any presents. It was a worse version of the movie that you were watching. But yeah, I love them. I had to jump on these. They were a little bit more than market. But again, kids, you got to look at condition. You got to keep in mind how uncommon they are to find.
Right.
Because, yeah, you can look on these apps. You can look on eBay for what something might have sold for or what it's averaging at going for.
Yeah.
But especially with those apps averaging stuff out, you got to be willing sometimes to pay up for stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I paid up. I didn't even really pay up for these. This was part of that stack that I mentioned where he gave me 10% off and the free Game Boy box. What I'm saying is spend all your money and you'll spend less.
Yeah, yeah. What thing I like about it is this little Joker.
Oh, on the spine
He,
there?
he looks so much different, except for he looks like a maniac in this one.
And then on the flip side, you got Batman there. That's kind of a cool touch.
Yeah,
You got Batman and Joker kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum, just like they are of the law and justice.
yeah. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually didn't even notice that.
He's just slightly drawn a little bit differently than the animated series, but still in likeness.
Yeah. There's still a couple versions of this game I need to get because I guess I'm collecting all of them.
Yeah.
But these are big hitters for me, for sure. This one's not too bad, but it's just nostalgia in a can.
VR Troopers.
I mean, yeah, if you liked Power Rangers, you probably liked VR Troopers. And
or you tried to like it.
You try to like it. I mean, again, I'm a bit younger, so I went right for it. I had the action figures. I bought the stickers out of the Toys R Us thing, but I never had this game. I had a couple of VHSs. Actually, I might have had this game. I feel like maybe I did have this game, actually. But I saw it in the store, and the only thing is it didn't have the manual. But again, that's a game time decision, folks.
Yeah.
It's one of those uncommon games you just don't see a lot, and it still has the tab, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I picked it up. This is fun. Again, I'm a big movie tie-in guy. So you might think, would you be surprised if I told you The Last Crusade is the only Indiana Jones movie I like?
I like that the best.
Do you? So I tried watching all the Indiana Jones maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And I can't simply quantify what it is about the others, but what I can say is for The Last Crusade, I just like it the most. I think it has, I don't know, maybe not the most adventure, but the most cohesive adventure.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the most straightforward story.
I think why I like this the most is because I watched it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so my uncle was like, "You've got to watch this scene," and I was like a young kid. He wanted to show the craziness of Sean Connery with the seagulls, with the umbrella, caw 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 caw, and he just thought it was so hilarious. I'm looking at my uncle. Are you crazy? And I was like, okay, it's funny, but I didn't realize, I didn't know who Sean Connery was, at that time.
You know what? Maybe that's another reason that I like it so much is because it has Sean Connery and it has that extra level of just, I don't know, just actorship, for lack of a better word. But I didn't even know this existed. I saw it in a shop in Philly, along with The Wizard of Oz and one other game I'm going to show, and he had pretty fair prices, so I grabbed it. And it looks like kind of a fun game. I mean, it's just a scroller, but it looks like a solid game.
Yeah.
And again, just going back to the artwork, and I think I also like it because it told a little bit of a backstory of Indy.
Right.
At the beginning there. This next Genesis game I definitely had as a kid. I definitely played it a ton. It's not the best box in the world, but it was at a decent deal. Earthworm Jim, man. I mean, did you ever watch this show?
I didn't, no. I knew of it, though.
It's kind of in that same vein of, like Beavis and Butthead-ness. Yeah. Like, kind of that same... Well, I don't think it was on MTV, but it was one of those similar, like... you had that, you had Earthworm Jim, Tick, Beavis and Butthead, that kind of...
Ren and Stimpy?
Ren and Stimpy, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that kind of same vein of humor. And the game is disgusting. Like, it's a super fun game. It's very sought after, but it's gross. I mean, it's a very gross game. This one, I think I would like to, it's kind of hard to say, upgrade the cartridge because the cartridge is a little faded, has a little bit of a chip on it.
Yeah.
But the manual's in great shape.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm not like a stickler for the manuals. I just care that they're there
Right.
for the most part. If they're in good shape, it's just a bonus. I care mostly about the art. I don't even really care about the jewel case that much because you can always get like cheap games in good condition for the clamshell and just swap them out.
Yeah.
So looking for another art on that. But I mean, yeah, there's comics of this guy, there's video games. I mean, there's toys. I remember having the toy and shooting the worm head out of them. And
Do you know that I kept most of my NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis boxes and N64 boxes up until like 1999?
oh God, you got rid of them, huh?
And I was like, I have too much. Why am I keeping these? And I just trashed them.
I mean, to be fair, it was before retro game collecting was a thing, man.
And it was way before, like, you know, a box is worth more than a loose figure, you know, or a loose game, you know, now.
Yeah, it's because of that. It's because we all threw our stuff away.
Yeah.
You know, what kid? I mean, I was one of those weird kids that like didn't open stuff.
Right.
If I thought, I mean, I opened my action figures and all,
Yeah.
but I remember I had a Power Rangers. Someone got me a Power Rangers soap set. They were casted in the helmets and it was all the different colors, and I never used them. They never touched my body. So there were things like that, or like even at like the Scholastic Fair, I bought like a Chicago Bulls pencil and never used it. Because like, when am I going to find a Chicago Bulls pencil ever again?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Michael Jordan, yada yada, throw a shoe. But yeah, I mean, that's why everything's so expensive. That's why things like a Game Boy box by itself is $80 to $100. You
About
know,
the same price as the Game Boy.
yeah.
You know, in the day, you know.
That's why it makes, when you find stuff CIB that are more cardboard, or like these NES games, SNES games rather, you know, you have to pay a little bit more because it's just that rare.
Yeah.
You'll like this one. I know you're eyeballing it. I see your Batman Returns VHS and raise you the Genesis game. Again, it might not have been Sega Saturn. It might have been the Sega CD where where he got that console for us and we played it. I remember a Batmobile level.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. So it might not even be Batman Returns. It might have been the original Batman game, which I also have for Genesis. This isn't super uncommon. Like, you can find this, but it's usually way overpriced.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not in good condition. This guy had this at like $10 or $20 under
Wow.
market, and
That's a good price.
and I mean, I looked it over. Another cool thing about this,
Oh.
I mean, the cart's cool. It has the manual, but it also has this
Poster?
it has this insert. It's a poster, dude. It's a Sonic
Oh, my
2
word.
poster.
Ooh.
I'm gonna try and. I just discovered this not too long ago when I got back. I mean, come on, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Are you
Are you
up
up to
to it? Are you up to it? In a Batman Returns thing. And it is supposed to be Batman Returns, because that's the front of the insert.
And having Sonic and Tails in a silhouette type
I mean, that
glow.
That was really cool. And then on the back, they're selling all their Genesis stuff.
And I thought seeing this little corner with Michael Keaton was cool.
Was cool, yeah. And you know, you're never gonna the love-hate with these kind of posters is they were always folded like this.
Yeah.
So you're never, unless you found like some weird rare like off the production line version of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna butcher trying to fold this
I
back.
think it's
Yeah, you wanna give it a shot? I didn't really look at the manual. This manual's a thick boy. Look at this guy. This is a thick boy. They really want you to know how to be Batman in this thing. And then just I mean,
jeez.
what a cool insert just in general.
He's
But-
on that rooftop with Catwoman.
Oh yeah, here's the Sega CD thing on the back. I think that's.
I always wanted Sega CD. I never got around to it though.
I think it was just probably a gimmick, and I don't think it lasted very long.
I'm glad. In the long run, I'm glad I didn't get it.
I had it though when I was looking at this game. I had to look up the cartridge online because I thought I wanted to make sure the sides where they like rip.
Yeah.
It's like a rip, but it's supposed to be that way. That's the design of the thing.
So did you played this?
I think I played this.
Did you play the Super Nintendo one?
No, I would have only ever, for Batman, I would have only ever played either Genesis or Sega CD.
Okay. So the story with Batman Returns, I had both the SNES and the Sega Genesis version, and both versions are really different. And I come to like
And that happens sometimes.
Yeah. I come to like the SNES version much better.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that this one was a little bit harder. SNES version, I ruled. I got so good at it, and I think I probably played with Game Genie, but now I've played it recently, and I'm still pretty good at it.
I think maybe Genesis, maybe because it was geared for older kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something, because the thing with Genesis collecting, I collect Genesis more than any other console.
Right.
It just appeals to me. I don't know what it is. As a '90s kid, it was Genesis, man.
I love the clamshells.
I mean that's what does it for me too a little bit.
And the thing about the clamshells, it kind of gives you nostalgia of the of like Blockbuster and all that, because like with VHS tapes, you'd have the VHS box, and then you have like a clamshell
Yeah.
of the VHS of the actual VHS that you would purchase, or you would rent.
I'm all in on it. I mean, the great thing and the bad thing is not a lot of people collect Genesis. But the good thing is when you find a good batch of Genesis at a store or at a booth or anything, usually they'll work with you.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's looking for Sega Genesis games. But it's one of my favorites. And one of my favorite games, like anyone, boom.
Oh gosh.
I remember,
This was the craze.
bro. We had tournaments on my street. We'd meet at each other's houses and just have all day Mortal Kombat tournaments. One of the first games I remember playing decently well as a young kid. We're talking elementary school here, and then of course with the movie. I mean, talk about a sealed VHS I'd want
Oh yeah.
for nostalgia. That terrible flick, but
Do you recall the controversy on this game?
no.
It was too realistic.
Oh, like the blood, the violence.
Yeah. So I think one of the two, SNES or Genesis, they kind of muted the color of the blood to make it, pass as, oh, that's sweat.
Well, that's funny because Mortal Kombat 2 was way more graphic. And they didn't do a thing to mute
Right.
that, let me tell you.
They're like, we can't have our kids playing that. It's too violent.
Whoopsie.
Well, it's a game.
Anyway, let's see if you. I can't get out of frame. I was going to pop up and do the whoopsie. Yeah, I guess that's all I have for Genesis. So I think another reason why I love Genesis so much is because at a certain point, this is gonna be kind of convoluted. My stepdad's mother, every now and then I would get shipped over there to stay with them so my parents could have like a pseudo night.
Yeah.
And it was super boring. It was out in the middle of nowhere. They sent my Sega and all my games over there so I'd have it to play.
Yeah.
Okay. So I left and I came back and it was gone. I asked them what happened. They gave it to the girl up the road.
Oh no.
for free. This
my
Game
gosh.
Tour. My Sega and my games. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
I was livid.
I would be too.
So that's also kind of why I got into game collecting again too. Is that happened, and a few years ago I sold all my PS1 stuff. I wasn't playing it, and this was before I was collecting games. So I was like, I don't need video games. Sure, take So it's nice to reacquire all these things. The last game, before we get to our last few big items,
Yeah.
this game means a lot to me. I didn't even know this existed. Terminator 2, the arcade game. Now, there's a T2, there's like a level T2 that's supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, not a great game. This is the Genesis, like, port over of an arcade cabinet game. And if anyone remembers, it had the big guns that vibrated as you use them, and it's just the screen went by and you blew stuff up.
That, yeah.
Me and my grandfather, every time we went to the Jersey Shore on the boardwalk, we played this for hours at the cabinet. I actually, if anyone has a cabinet of T2, I would be interested in it. Whether it work, I would love it for it to work, but cabinets are tricky. Even just to have it as a standing unit would be great.
Just for display, yeah.
But I found this in the shop in Philly, and I had to grab it. I mean, again, just to kind of honor my pop a little bit. Between that, Sonic, and a couple other games,
I think my first introduction, I think it's this one. Did they have another T2 game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It may be that one, but I didn't even realize that they had a T2 game at all, for Sega Genesis. I walked into our local toy store, our retro toy store, and find that they had their Sega Genesis on display and they had T2 playing on it. And I was like, oh gosh, I need that. It looks like would be fun to play. So I bought it.
Good.
I haven't, but of course, I haven't played it.
Do you have a Genesis?
Yeah.
I still don't have a. Well, I have the mini Genesis. I don't know if it plays the cartridges though. Like, it has the room for cartridges,
Right.
but I don't know if it'll play them. Oh, and you know what? I do have a Genesis. I bought one a few months ago. Never mind. But I need the side slot thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but anyway. So this game, like I said, this meant a lot to me to find and to at least have this bit, because it just brings me right back to the Jersey Shore with my grandfather. For these last few items, and you told me to bring what I had, so I don't want to hear that. We're coming up on 3 hours. I don't. At least maybe you can split it up, do multiple episodes.
Maybe.
Or just like cut a bunch of stuff out, whatever. But these, I think, are in my opinion, the best few items.
Right.
At least the most visually impressive.
We saved the best for last.
I tried.
Yeah.
There's some video games that I might put above some of these items, but definitely not the last one.
Right.
So first, bang, got a Red Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers helmet. This is this is the Lightning Collection one.
Okay.
There's a weird connection of Power Rangers and the Jersey Shore for me. I have a distinct memory of me and my mom leaving the boardwalk one trip, and one of the arcades had a Titanus.
Yeah.
And I was just all about, like, Mom, come on, Mom.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let her buy it. You had to win it.
Oh, man.
So, and we were leaving the shore. Like, we had just stopped on the boardwalk real quick. We were going back to Philly.
Yeah.
But she tried, and I remember her trying for me. So that's in my memory bank. And then on the way back, we stopped at a grocery store, and I remember getting the sign-up sheet for the fan club,
Right.
where you got like pillow iron-ons and stuff,
Yeah.
and and the 5th Green with Evil tape,
Yeah.
which I still have. The box isn't in great shape, but it is signed by JDF.
Awesome.
I had him sign it the first time I ever met him.
Yeah.
So that said, if I'm down the Jersey Shore and I see something Power Rangers that I want, I'll try and make a play for it.
Right.
This was one of them that I bought. It was sealed in box, but of course this is one of those things that I'm going to take out of the box and I'm just going to have. Unfortunately, the box right after I did that got damaged really bad to the point where I had to throw it away. So, you know, it is what it is. But I would like to get it signed by both, you know, Austin St. John and Stephen Cardenas. This isn't my first helmet. It'll go along with my White Ranger helmet and my pink helmet, which is signed and inscribed by Amy Jo, who was also on my podcast.
Yes.
Check that out. Before Tommy came into play, that first like half a season, this was your guy.
Right.
Red Ranger was your guy.
He's the leader.
Yeah. I mean, before Tommy came in and just, you know, let's say coin blocked him, so you don't have to bleep me. Before he started coin blocking Jason, Billy was always my guy. A, because that's my name, you know, Billy. But blue, you know, we all like the color blue. What was your favorite Ranger before, like pre Green Ranger?
Well, you know, I came in the show, I guess, the second season. Really, I mean,
okay.
I was really the age of Power Rangers is dumb.
Yeah. Sure.
But something appealed to me about it, and I think I came back to it a little bit later. And I'm like, hey, I can get these figures. I can kind of do what they sort of do on the show and make my own stop motion animation. And then, like,
I could dress in a big rubber suit and pretend to be a monster and destroy a city.
And then just reuse the footage of the Zords coming together, reuse the footage of the bad guys' hideout lair, you know, and just revoice, you know.
Dude,
stuff.
The mileage that Han Saban got out of 30 seconds of stock footage is wild. The empire he built off of a few clips of stock footage is absolutely insane. You can't
He should be arrested for it.
say what you want about the guy, but like,
It should be a crime.
Han Saban, which for the longest time, until I think literally until 2017 when the reboot came out,
Yeah.
I thought Saban was a Japanese person or company. It sounds Japanese to me.
Yeah.
It always did as a kid because you're watching, you know, as a kid you don't realize it's Japanese, but you know something's, you know it's not American. It gives you different vibes. And that Saban, it just, I don't know, maybe that was part of it too, to give it some credit, because Saban doesn't sound Jewish to me. I don't know.
I honestly didn't realize, I thought Saban only did Power Rangers.
Well,
But
initially, yeah.
but he had done a whole horde of shows before and after that.
Yeah. VR
And
Troopers.
I didn't realize that, and there was, I can't even remember right now, but there were some classic shows that I watched again, and then at the very end of the show it says Saban, and I'm like, holy crap, he's
I think
molded my childhood.
I think they did Knight Rider too, didn't they?
I don't know.
I mean, it would make sense. It's exactly the same thing. They took the Japanese Kamen Rider, and did I say I might have meant Kamen Rider? I think it said Knight Rider.
Oh yeah.
But they took same thing. I don't think he did Beetleborgs.
Yeah, the Mask Rider, I think.
Masked Rider. That's what it was. I don't think he did Beetleborgs. I don't remember. I don't remember. Comment below. You guys got a lot of stuff to comment on. You got homework to do. So anyway, just a cool pickup. I still have other helmets to get. The Blue Ranger helmet I still need. The Drakon helmet, and of course, oh my God, the Green Ranger helmet. I had a chance to buy it years ago for $100.
Don't you hate that?
And I didn't because it was slightly above market, and the guy was selling it. It was a shop. And the guy was like, it wasn't trying to like underhand it or anything, but he was just like, he was selling it as a new in box, but I opened it and I was like, well, this doesn't have the paper on it, you know, yada, yada. Like, this isn't new in box, man.
Yeah.
So I let it go. And now what? Like, I probably can't touch one for under 300 now. Probably 400.
Yeah.
It's wild. And honestly, I would probably pay more because there are some out there that have signed inscriptions with JDF.
Wow.
And I would probably just spend the extra couple $100 just to have something like that.
You know, say what you will about this children's program, but, you know, these masks are, like, really made well. I mean, they're just a simple mask, but, like, the design choices for, like, putting these creatures, you know, in a mask form.
On the,
Yeah.
along the eyelids, yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, you know, and then having the mouthpiece here.
That didn't move.
That didn't
That
move.
doesn't
No.
move.
And of course, when they did the movie version, they thought it would be a wild and cool idea to remove the mouthpiece and the visor.
They did that for camera time, I'm sure, for
Right.
the actors, so you can actually see them emoting. But
But it didn't work. Now, it did work better for the 2017 Power Rangers movie because it was more of like they were morphed into this skin costume.
it came from inside of them.
And it wasn't like you just remove a visor and a mouthpiece and you had space in between the mask and the person's face, you know. So I see, you know, I get why that worked and didn't work.
I mean, I'll take as much Naomi Scott as you want to give me. How disappointing was that, though? Too, like they set up to bring the Green Ranger in,
Yeah.
and there was inklings that it was going to be a female Green Ranger, which would have been rad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it made money.
Yeah.
Did it double and triple what they wanted, what they invested? No.
No.
But by the time the international sales got done with, it made money.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks that they didn't have the.
It's just that it sucks that money makes the world go round and not ideas and.
I mean, it wasn't great, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I was there with my Dragon Dagger and Saba and just ready to go in the movie theater, man. You know,
Ready when you are, White Ranger.
I hope we get a different iteration. Did you watch the before the 2017 the like unlicensed short film, the gritty short film?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was a nice fresh adult take. I like that the machines won and Rocky, you know, looked out for himself because
Yeah.
I mean, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha were kind of treated like crap after they came on the show.
Yeah. And they actually, if we're talking about the same one, the American actress that played Rita for the U.S. scenes.
Like voiced her?
Yeah. Well, not the voice, but when they brought Lord Zed in and then they had Rita and Zed marry.
Oh, okay.
You know, you couldn't use the Japanese actress.
Sure.
You know, so had an American actress come in and they had her play Rita in the gritty film.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It was a different looking Rita.
But
You know,
I mean,
the costume and everything, you know, but it was her playing that part.
Katie Sackhoff was great as Kimberly. That was one of the first times I became aware of Katie Sackhoff because I'm not a Battlestar guy. But yeah, so still have a ways to go to complete the helmet collection, and hopefully Hasbro gets on their stuff, you know, because I heard they canceled the rest of the line. But I mean, come on, Hasbro, if you're gonna make this much, you need to make the yellow and the black helmets. I mean, even if you stop after that, it's not like you're not gonna sell them. Like you're gonna sell out of all these helmets.
Yeah. I still need Squat and Babu for Lightning Collection.
For Lightning.
Yeah. And Rito.
What's Rito?
Rito, it was in season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was Rita's brother. And Master Vile, which was Rita's father.
I remember Vile. I don't remember Rito.
It
I'd
was
have
the
to go back and
bone
look.
guy.
Oh, the bone guy. I forgot that he was
Half
brother.
camouflage and half.
Yes. I forgot they were related.
Yeah.
They just made up. Let's just
Boop.
Let's put that there. This I also got down the shore, the same place I got the helmet. Look. Again, Power Rangers, Jersey Shore, connection, yada yada. This box is not in great shape. I mean, it's not. It's not the best box in the world, which after everything I showed you on this podcast, I'm sure comes as a surprise. But the Zords inside are clean. And I figure, similar with the helmet here, I figured if I'm putting the Zords together, what does it matter on the box?
Right.
Well, recently I have come to care.
Yeah.
I've come to care. So this is actually up for grabs. This is up for sale. This is up for trade. I never had this Zeo Zord.
Yeah.
I had the Zeo 2, which I don't know if it's in frame, but you have at the very top here.
Yeah.
With the shapes. I had that Zeo Zord. I had the Pyramid.
The Super Zeo Megazord.
Yeah,
Is the
it's
shaped one.
Exactly. It's the Super Zeo. And I never had the red Zeo Zord either.
Yeah.
I had a mini one, but I never had the big one. They had the big one too. Yeah. I should have just bought that one. They had the Super Zeo, the large red, which I forget what it's called, and then the Zeo Zord, Megazord.
You know, I know that Saban wanted to make money and to save money. I loved everything about these Zeo costumes except for the helmets. I did not enjoy the shapes.
Interesting, because I dug them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have done something like this based on the animals. Yeah.
Well, maybe they knew. Well, I mean, they had no. Saban had no power over it, but
Right.
is Zeo? I don't even know. Is this Zeo and Super Zeo the same thing from Japan? I imagine it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's from the same show, O-Ranger.
O-Ranger. Okay.
Yeah, Super Sentai O-Ranger.
O-Ranger. But yeah, these Zords are clean. I want a better box.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is getting put on the block. Unfortunately, I think I still have my Super Zeo. I don't think I still have the Pyramid.
I found that was the only thing that I was missing from the Zords with Zeo was the Pyramid, and I walked into the local toy store here and saw it for sale. God, I can't remember. I think it was like $200 for it.
I have no idea what it goes for,
maybe.
but sounds fine.
And so I was like, okay, I gotta have it because this thing's huge.
It's huge.
It's this big.
It was a great thing to have as a kid because it was big.
Yeah.
It was so big.
It was big. It was bigger than Tor the Shuttle Zord.
Which I have that too.
Yeah.
I need Titanus though, as far as Shuttle Zords go.
Did you ever think that whenever they switched from the Dino Zords to the Thunder Zords that Green Ranger should had Tor?
Maybe not Tor, but another super cool Zord I still
Yeah.
have from when I was a kid that makes more sense is Serpentera.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think there's a fan theory / maybe it was pseudo confirmed that Serpentera was stolen
Oh,
and what's the word, coerced
yeah.
by Zed. That it used to be under the power of the Zeo Crystal.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know if that would equate to Green Ranger and Serpentera, but
And of course, the overseas counterparts of the Zords were actually living gods, I think, living creatures in the storyline. They weren't just mechanical
mechanical
Yeah,
things.
they're spirits or something like that.
Well, I mean, yeah. Think back to the Mighty Morphin cut scenes. Aren't there actual footage of like real animals, or am I making that up in my head?
Yeah, they're well, of course they morphed those actors for the toy commercials. They had the actors of the Power Rangers, and then they morphed into these animal, the mastodon, the T-Rex, the Triceratops, and all that. It's funny that only 3 dinosaurs were Zords. The rest were just,
Prehistoric animals.
Yeah, we are. They're dinosaurs. Dinozords. Anyhow, we digress. I digress.
I mean, that's part of what I don't want to say brought me back to Power Rangers because look, guys, I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. I've got Green Ranger and White Ranger tattoos. I have the medallion here that Jason David Frank commissioned a few years ago. He only made 100 pieces of these. And what I love is that it's number 7.
Wow.
And 7, the White Ranger was the seventh Power Ranger for us.
Yeah.
So, but it's real bad as an adult. Let's just be real. Like, I can't get through it. I can't watch Power Rangers anymore. I can't. I can watch the movie.
Yeah.
But I can't watch the show. I can't get through the show anymore. We're going to move on to my last item. And I want to preface again by saying he told me to bring everything I had from my Philly trips.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, man. This is one of the coolest pieces, Power Rangers or otherwise, I've acquired recently. Now, let me explain something. First of all, I've never seen Dragon Zord with the figure. I've never seen this combo. I had the Dragon Zord as a kid, but then and whenever I see it boxed or whatever, I've only ever seen it just the Dragon Zord. I've never seen it with the 8-inch figure. I don't even think I had the green 8-inch figure as a kid. This might have been the only way to get the Green Ranger figure. If you guys know, comment below because I mean, it's possible they did, but as a gimmick, I can totally see them it only being available. Like, oh, hey, we have a ton of extra Dragon Zords. You got to buy another Dragon Zord if you want the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
The other thing about this, I think you can see on the video how clean this looks, right?
Yeah.
It looks, it's very clean. There's some box wear because, again, this is a 30-plus-year-old toy.
Yeah.
This is sealed, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the tape.
Yeah, I see it.
Right up here.
Yep.
Yeah, you can kind of see it there. This is a sealed Dragon Zord with the 8-inch figure. I walked into this store, and he had it right up there. It was the first thing I saw. He also had a sealed Japanese White Tiger Zord. He priced it at around $1,000, so I couldn't touch that at that time. But this, some of those VHSs I showed you, a few other small things, he did not want to sell this. This was in his store. He gave me a really, really great deal on this because he knew it was coming home with a big fan, but he didn't want to sell this.
Yeah.
His wife almost made him sell it. He and I were talking, and he was like, I don't really want to sell this because it's, and his wife came up and she was like, you better, we got bills to pay. But who doesn't, I'm seeing like a little bit of wear, but it's so clean. There are cleaner boxes that you can find on eBay that are still sealed of this guy. There's a few of them out there. But I'm happy with this, especially at the price I got it at. Honestly, the biggest thing is this little bit of sticker residue that was already there. I didn't do that. Green Ranger. Coolest Ranger ever. Even cooler than the White Ranger. You can fight me. I don't care.
Well, JDF prefers the Green Ranger over the White Ranger.
Dragon Zord just gives you Mad Godzilla vibes.
Yep.
I remember when the Green with Evil series came out and how we were glued. We were glued. Everything about the Green Ranger is just cooler. And I can't believe I have this in my collection now. I didn't know it existed. Oh man, I don't know. What do you have to say about this thing? It's just. Oh,
I love Dragon Zord. I loved everything about it. I love how it looked. I love how it lit up. The
center, the chest piece,
something like that.
And there were so many options. You can even kind of check it out on the back here. All the different options you had with Titanus and the Megazord. that you can make.
And even Titanus came with the Dragon Shield here.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. I mean,
For the Ultra Zord part, yeah.
so this was a big get for me. I mean, is it the most expensive thing I bought? No, unfortunately not. There's some things that are a little bit more expensive in my pile that I showed you, but I think this is the coolest piece.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't have like a ton of Power Ranger pieces like this. I have, but all the ones that I do have are green/white Ranger. A couple pieces I have at home. I have the San Diego Comic-Con Dragon Dagger, and then the next year they did Saba gold-plated, 24-karat gold-plated, and they're both boxes are signed by JDF.
Wow.
And I looked at those up recently. I could be totally out of debt if I sold those.
What an amazing collection, especially these Power Ranger ones, because, I mean, you bought these for kids, to take out of the box and everything, and just very rare. I don't even know if it's that rare, but yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's awesome to find these in the wild.
And I mean, I'm looking for the copyright. 93. I mean,
Yeah.
so because what I was gonna say was it obviously came out after the first Dragon Zord, probably.
Yeah.
But that's within the same year. I would think either way that it went, they really pushed this stuff out. I remember for my 6th birthday, I think it was Power Ranger themed.
Yeah.
In Philly, you'd have block parties.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my gifts was the Dragon Zord. Again, no figure that I can remember anyway. I think it was just the Zord.
Yeah.
And the Dragon Dagger. My Dragon Dagger got stolen that day.
Oh.
But there was my cousin across the street had an enclosed-in fence area where there was a private party with a hired red Power Ranger. So that's also why this has some feel for me. And all the kids that would bully me were like looking over the fence and saw I had a red Power Ranger. Like they were like, "Oh man, can we come over?" And I was like, "No," and turned and enjoyed my Power Ranger party. That's all I got, man. I appreciate
awesome. That is so awesome.
I appreciate, it's been fun to nerd out.
Yeah.
And this was really way longer than either of us thought it would be.
But still, it's so awesome. It's 3.5 hours of awesomeness.
You gotta cut that down. You could probably cut out like all the comic stuff and have a good hour there you cut out.
Yeah.
Cut out some other crap. Sorry, how do you like to go the show out? Do you have any other questions for me or anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I definitely want you to tell them how to find your podcast.
Oh, okay.
And all the information there.
So I'm sure Jamie will link everything if he has a chance. So my YouTube channel is at Lions Den Media, spelled like my last name. So LYONSDEN and then media. And the podcast is called The Nerd Herd, as you would have heard something. But my YouTube is kind of a catch-all for all of my media stuff. But yeah, give me a sub, give me a follow. I'm starting the podcast back up. It was on hiatus for quite a while. We're coming in strong with a formerly recorded episode with Ian James Corlett, who, if those don't know, he was the very first American Goku.
Awesome.
He voiced Mega Man. He voiced Cheetor from Beast Wars.
Yeah.
And we had a really cool conversation about how he got his family out of the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're going to come in hard with that. And like I mentioned before, maybe get a few more guests. I want to try and get some of the Has-Been Hotel people on.
All right.
So no promises, but
Yeah.
with season 2 coming out, we'll see. So yeah, at Lions Den Media on YouTube. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Help us out.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Bill.
Thanks, Jamie. It's been a blast. It's
Yeah.
always fun to nerd out.
And of course, we'll have Bill on several more, and we'll nerd out.
Maybe.
What's
I
more?
mean, after 3.5 hours, you might be like, I've had enough of Bill. We're done.
Nah.
We're done.
We've got content for the next 5 weeks. No, I'm kidding. But Thank you again, Bill.
Bye, guys.
And thank you for watching, and of course, subscribe here and like and comment. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again. That's this toy dude. That toy dude.
I'm this toy dude. He's that toy dude.
Yep. This toy dude, that toy dude.
Boom. Fade
There we go.
black.